Welcome to AI Patent Watch, the podcast where we break down an exciting AI patent in each episode, what it covers, why it matters, and how it's impacting innovation. Whether you're a patent professional, an AI enthusiast, or an inventor looking for inspiration, you're in the right place. Let's dive into today's AI patent.
Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. And today we're going to unpack this fascinating patent from OpenAI, and it's all about using AI for text editing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you heard that right. It's way more than just, fixing typos.
Right.
This patent, and for those keeping score at home, it's number US 119834888B1.
Okay.
It's about an AI that can understand your instructions, like the context of what you're writing, even the tone you're going for. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, and you know what's really cool about this patent is how it tackles this problem. It's been a real headache for traditional language models. Natural language is complex and it's always changing.
Right.
So older AI systems really struggled to edit text in a way that sounded natural, like they could fix grammar, sure.
Yeah.
But they often just missed the nuances of how real people actually write.
So you're saying these older models were kind of those robots you see in those sci-fi movies, all about following the rules but kind of missing the human touch?
Yeah, they were great at following instructions, but not so great at understanding what you were really trying to say.
Right.
And they were often limited to very specific tasks.
Yeah.
This new system from OpenAI is a lot more flexible.
And that's where this patent comes in.
Yeah.
Basically, it describes how you can give the AI any text, like a paragraph, a whole document, even just a blank page, and just tell it what you want to do with it.
That's right. You give it specific instructions, and it'll either edit your text or even generate brand new content, like completely from scratch.
Whoa.
Imagine being able to say, okay, AI, take this rough draft and make it sound more professional.
Wait, so I could literally feed it my rambling email drafts and have it turn them into polished masterpieces?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It really is, and it gets even more interesting. The patent talks about how you could even tell the AI to make this sound like Shakespeare.
Oh, wow.
And it would try to adjust the style of your writing accordingly.
Wow.
Or you could give it a blank page and say, write me a poem about cats, and bam, instant feline poetry.
I'm starting to see how this goes way beyond just fixing grammar,
Right.
It's like having an AI writing partner
Yes.
that can adapt to your style and help you achieve your creative goals.
Exactly. And it's not just limited to creative writing either.
Really?
The patent also covers computer code editing,
Oh, wow.
which could be a huge game changer for developers.
Yeah.
Think about being able to automatically refactor code,
Yeah.
generate documentation, or even translate between programming languages.
So whether you're a novelist, a marketer, or a programmer, this AI has the potential to just supercharge your workflow.
It really does.
But what really caught my eye was the emphasis on context.
Uh-huh.
This AI isn't just blindly following instructions,
Yeah.
It's actually trying to understand the meaning behind the words.
Exactly. The system uses what the patent calls context parameters
Okay.
to figure things out, like the location, the time, and even the people involved in the text. This allows it to make edits that are both logically and factually consistent.
So it's like the AI is doing research in real time to make sure its edits make sense in the bigger picture. That's amazing.
It is. Let's say you're working on a historical document, and you ask the AI to change a character's pronoun.
Okay.
This AI could potentially figure out the character's gender from historical records and make the change accordingly.
Whoa, that's some next level attention to detail.
I know, right?
And speaking of details, the patent also mentions how the AI can consider things like tone, structure, and format to make sure its edits fit the overall style of your writing.
Right. So you could give it a casual blog post and tell it make this sound more formal, and it would adjust the language and tone accordingly. Or you could give it a research paper and say, make this more concise, and it would try to cut out any unnecessary jargon or repetition.
This is all starting to sound incredibly sophisticated, but I'm curious about the process itself.
Okay.
You mentioned that the editing is iterative, which sounds a lot more interactive than I expected.
Yes, you can give the AI new instructions based on its output, and it will keep refining the text over multiple steps until you're happy with the result.
So it's like having a conversation with the AI where you can guide it towards your desired outcome.
Exactly.
It's almost like having an AI writing coach that you can bounce ideas off of.
Right.
And to think this is all based on a patent.
I know, right? It makes you wonder what other amazing applications of this technology are just around the corner.
Absolutely. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a closer look at how this AI actually learns and improves over time.
Okay.
The patent mentions training it on various data sets. What exactly does that mean?
Well, it's like teaching the AI how to write and edit.
Uh-huh.
They use techniques like machine learning to fine-tune the model and align it with the desired behaviors.
So basically, they feed it tons of examples of good writing and editing.
Yeah.
So it can learn from the best.
Exactly. And the patent says they also use what they call demonstration data,
Okay.
which is basically showing the AI examples of specific tasks and the desired outputs. So it's learning from both explicit instructions and by observing how humans write and edit.
That's pretty incredible. And it explains why this AI seems so much more capable than anything we've seen before. It's not just following rules, it's learning to think like a writer.
And that's what makes this patent so groundbreaking.
Yeah.
It's not just about automating tedious tasks. It's about creating an AI that can truly understand language and help us unlock new levels of creativity and expression.
We've covered a lot of ground already, but it feels like we're just scratching the surface of what this technology can do.
We are.
What are some of the potential implications of this? How could this AI change the way we write, communicate, and interact with information?
Those are fantastic questions. And they lead us right into the heart of this deep dive.
Yeah.
Stay tuned as we explore those very implications in part 2.
Can't wait. All right, so we've established that this AI has the potential to totally revolutionize the way we work with text, but let's zoom out a bit. What does this all mean for the average person? How could this technology actually change the way we write, communicate, and interact with information on a daily basis?
We'll think about it this way. Imagine you're writing an email and you want to make sure it strikes the right tone. Professional, but friendly, informative, but not overwhelming. This AI could help you refine your wording and sentence structure to just get your message across perfectly.
So instead of spending hours agonizing over every word and comma, I could just let the AI handle the fine-tuning.
Exactly.
That would be a lifesaver.
And it's not just about emails. Think about all the different types of writing we do every day.
Right.
Social media posts, reports, presentations, even just text messages, This AI could help us communicate more effectively in every aspect of our lives.
And it's not just about making things sound better, right? This AI could also help us be more creative.
Absolutely. Imagine you're working on a creative project and you hit a wall. You could describe your idea to the AI and ask it to generate some different approaches or variations.
Oh, wow.
It could help you brainstorm new ideas and push your creativity further.
That would be amazing. It's like having a brainstorming partner who can come up with a million different ideas on the fly.
Exactly. And think about the implications for education.
Oh, yeah.
Students could use this AI to improve their writing skills, experiment with different styles, and even learn about different genres of writing.
So this could actually help people become better writers, not just make writing easier.
That's right. It's about providing people with the tools they need to express themselves more effectively and confidently.
Now, I know some people might be worried about the implications for professional writers. Are we all going to be replaced by AI novelists and journalists?
Oh, I think it's important to remember that this technology is a tool, just like a word processor, doesn't replace the need for human writers.
Right.
This AI is designed to augment our abilities, not replace us.
So it's more about collaboration than competition.
Exactly. Human writers bring creativity, emotion, and a unique perspective that AI just can't replicate. This AI can handle the more technical aspects of writing, freeing up human writers to focus on what they do best, telling stories, sharing ideas, and connecting with readers on an emotional level.
That's reassuring to hear, but it does make you wonder how this technology might change the landscape of creative industries.
It's hard to say for sure, but I think it's safe to say that we're on the cusp of a new era of content creation. Just imagine the possibilities for personalized content, interactive storytelling, and new forms of media that we haven't even thought of yet.
It's exciting and a little mind-boggling to think about all the potential applications, but let's shift gears for a moment and talk about some of the more practical uses of this technology. What about fields like law or medicine, where clear and concise communication is absolutely essential?
That's a great point. Imagine a lawyer who can use this AI to quickly draft legal documents or analyze complex case law, or a doctor who can use it to generate patient reports or communicate with colleagues more efficiently.
This could really streamline a lot of tedious tasks and free up professionals to focus on the more human aspects of their work.
Exactly. And it could also help make complex information more accessible to everyone.
Oh, that's interesting.
Imagine being able to use this AI to translate legal jargon into plain language, or to simplify medical terminology for patients who might not have a medical background.
That's a really powerful application. It could help empower people to better understand their legal rights or their own health.
Right. It's about using technology to bridge the gap between experts and the general public.
But of course, with any new technology, there are potential downsides to consider.
Absolutely. We've talked about the positive potential, but it's important to acknowledge that this AI could be misused.
For example, could someone use this to generate fake news articles or create convincing spam emails?
Those are definitely valid concerns, and it's something we need to be aware of as this technology becomes more widespread. But remember, every tool can be used for good or bad. It's up to us to use this AI responsibly and ethically.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about how we choose to use it.
Exactly. We need to be having these conversations now before this technology becomes so pervasive that we can't control its impact.
I think that's a really important point. We need to be thinking about the ethical implications of this AI, not just the exciting possibilities.
Right. We need to be asking ourselves questions like, who has access to this technology? How can we prevent it from being used for malicious purposes? And how can we ensure that it benefits everyone, not just a select few?
These are big questions, and I don't think there are easy answers, but it's a conversation we need to be having.
Absolutely. And it's a conversation that needs to involve everyone, developers, policymakers, educators, and the general public. The future of this technology depends on our collective wisdom and foresight.
Well said. So we've explored the potential benefits and the potential risks of this AI, but what about the big picture? What does all of this mean for the future of language itself?
That's a fascinating question. Join us for the final part of our deep dive where we'll grapple with that very question.
So we've talked about the amazing potential of this AI to help us write better, communicate more effectively, and even unlock new levels of creativity. But now I'm curious, how could this technology change the way we think about language itself?
That's a question that takes us beyond just the practical applications and into some really fascinating territory. As this AI gets better at understanding and generating human language, it could change the way we interact with information, with each other, and even with ourselves.
So you're saying it's not just about making writing easier, it's about changing the very nature of communication.
In a way, yes. Imagine a world where language barriers are virtually non-existent, because AI can translate between languages with incredible accuracy and nuance.
Right.
Or a world where you can access information from anywhere in the world instantly, regardless of what language it was originally written in.
That sounds like something out of a science fiction novel, but it also makes me think about the role of human creativity and expression. If AI can generate text that's indistinguishable from human writing, what does that mean for artists, writers, and musicians?
That's a question that a lot of people are grappling with right now, and honestly, there's no easy answer, but I think it's important to remember that art is about more than just technical skill.
Yeah.
It's about expressing emotions, sharing experiences, and connecting with others on a human level.
So you're saying that even if AI can write a perfect sonnet, it can't replicate the human heart and soul that goes into creating art?
Exactly. And I think that's where the real value of human creativity will always lie. Even in a world where AI can generate text music or even visual art, there will always be a need for human artists to bring their unique perspectives and experiences to the table.
That makes sense, but I do wonder if this AI could actually help us be more creative. What if we could use it as a tool to explore new ideas, experiment with different styles, or even break free from our own creative limitations?
I think that's a really exciting possibility. Imagine using this AI as a brainstorming partner, bouncing ideas off of it and seeing what unexpected directions it takes you in, or using it to help you overcome writer's block by generating different starting points or prompts.
It's like having an AI muse that can whisper creative possibilities in your ear.
I love that idea.
And who knows, maybe this AI could even help us discover new forms of art and expression that we haven't even thought of yet, after all. It's not limited by the same rules and conventions that we are.
Now, that's a thought-provoking idea. So if we zoom out even further and think about the huge picture, what does this AI mean for the future of language and communication? Are we heading towards a world where humans and AI are constantly collaborating, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with language? I think that's a very real possibility. As this AI continues to evolve, it's going to become more and more integrated into our lives. We might use it to communicate with people from different cultures, to access information from all over the world, or even to create new forms of art and entertainment.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting to think about all the ways this AI could change our world.
It is, but I think it's important to approach this technology with a sense of curiosity and wonder, After all, language is what makes us human. It's how we share our thoughts, our feelings, and our stories. And now, for the first time, we have a tool that can help us explore the full potential of language in ways we never thought possible.
I think that's a great place to wrap up our deep dive. It's been a fascinating journey exploring this patent and all of its implications. We've talked about the technical details, the potential benefits, and the ethical considerations.
And hopefully we've left you with more questions than answers, because ultimately the future of this technology is up to all of us.
So to our listeners, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep imagining the possibilities. Who knows what amazing things we'll be able to achieve with language in the years to come. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
And that's a wrap for this episode of AI Patent Watch. If you found this helpful, please take a moment to leave a 5-star rating and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. This podcast is curated by Bastian Best, a European patent attorney specializing in AI patents. To learn more about the exciting intersection of patents and AI, sign up for his mailing list for exclusive insights. Link in the show notes. And if you're already working on the next big AI innovation, now's the time to secure your own patent. Reach out to Bastian on LinkedIn or the podcast website to turn your ideas into assets. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for the next episode of AI Patent Watch.